Hello! So you may have seen that I did a video about books that I've read so far this year, since it's June and we're halfway through the year, and I'd kind of not really had time because of exams and family issues. I hadn't had time to really do proper wrap-ups or reviews or anything like that, so I kind of just did it all in one video looking back at the 6 months so far. And I thought I would do that with films because this year so far I've been to the cinema 16 times. I've got my laptop here, that's why. And by the way, I'm looking at Letterboxd, and if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a Goodreads for film, and you can log films that you've watched. You have a watch list and you can review them and like them and recommend them to people. It's just a really good site and I love it, and I've currently listed all the films that I've seen at cinema, and I'm just going to go through them and give my thoughts, and you can discuss with me in the comments because that would be nice. What am I doing? I have no idea. So the first film that I saw in 2016, yes, that's the year, Anna, come on, was The Revenant. I really loved The Revenant. I thought it was obviously beautifully shot and Leonardo DiCaprio was great, and I'm glad he got the Oscar, but I feel like if we're talking about The Revenant, the performance that really stood out for me personally was Tom Hardy. And I actually think he might have had more lines than Leo. Not that makes him better, but he had a much more complex character, and I felt like Leo just kind of went through torture during the film and didn't really do much else. But you know what, it's a beautiful movie, and you know, it really kind of stunned me when I saw it on the big screen, and Leo deserves an Oscar for so many other films, so I didn't really mind that he won. But I was really impressed with Tom Hardy as well, and just the film is just gorgeous, and I think if you're a fan of cinema and kind of the technicalities of cinema as well, it would be a very good film for you to see. Next up, I saw The Hateful Eight, which is the new Tarantino film, and I saw it at Leicester Square, and I saw it, I saw like the film, obviously I saw the film, but I saw it in, what is it, 36 inch or something like that, 36 milli. I saw it in a film canister, like, what am I trying to say? Oh my god. I didn't see the digital version, that's it. I saw the paper version that they have in the reel, and they had it, and then because it's so long they had to have an interval halfway through and change the big thingy. Oh my god, why is this so hard? Anyway, I enjoyed it. I really liked it. But the first half was a bit slow, but the second half really picked up and it was really funny. Obviously very bloody, but you know what? Who cares? It was just so good, acted so well, and I just loved the tone of the movie. The score was beautiful, and I really recommend. Then I saw Deadpool. Oh my god, Deadpool was amazing. I saw it in St. Ives when I went for a school trip, and our teacher did not realise how bad it was going to be. I think he looked up and was like, oh yeah, Marvel movie, great, that'll be fun for the children. And then we all went, and it was just so inappropriate in all the best ways. It was so amazing, so non-PC, and just really refreshing, and I thought it was just so funny. And Ryan Reynolds is amazing, and the end credit scene where they kind of rip off Ferris Bueller, amazing. Next I went to see The Big Short, which was really good. I thought I wouldn't like it. Well, I didn't think I wouldn't like it, but I thought I would have a hard time understanding it because it follows the housing crash of 2008, which is hard to get your head around. So basically, one guy thought that the housing market was gonna crash, and everyone was like, no, the housing market will stay fine forever. So then this guy's like, no, it's gonna crash. So then he bet against the housing market. So he shorted the housing market. Then other people started to do it. And then it turns out that the clients and the landowners and all of those people that shouldn't have been doing it got into it, and loads of money was made and loads of people lost their jobs, and it was really dramatic and sad. But the film is so good, and I thought I would have a hard time with the kind of economic jargon, but I actually really enjoyed it. And it has Ryan Gosling kind of talking to the camera in the film. He breaks the fourth wall and tries to explain the situation, which I thought was also really funny and just really useful, and it was a film that I actually found myself enjoying, and I thought I wouldn't, so definitely recommend that, and don't be put off by the kind of economics of it. Then I went to see Hail Caesar, which is the new Coen Brothers film. Hail Caesar was really funny. Channing Tatum is an amazing tap dancer, which you'll find out if you see the film, and I just loved the tone of it. I thought it was really funny. It was kind of like a love letter to Hollywood and cinema, which I really appreciated, being a lover of cinema. So if you are too, I think you'll love it. Aha! We're getting to the first film of the year that I didn't like, which is really sad because I was so looking forward to it. But I went to see Anomalisa, which I kind of hated. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I didn't like Anomalisa, which really confuses me because I've seen so many 5-star reviews. Every critic that I respect says that it was amazing, best film of the year so far, and oh my god, it's made touched my soul. And I'm like, did we see the same film? I'm really not sure. What? So basically it follows this guy, I've forgotten his name, but it's all done, by the way, in kind of stop motion animatronic type things, and it's actually, that part of it is amazing. The animation is kind of perfection and you can't really fault that at all. It's an amazing technical feat and it's very beautiful. Just the plot I didn't really engage with very well. So this man comes to the hotel, he tries to hook up with an old flame, but she doesn't take it that well, and then he meets this other woman. And it's supposed to really be about, I don't know, the anomaly, because everyone in the film speaks with the same voice, and then he meets this one woman and her voice is different. And I really love that concept of kind of finding that one person that you feel like is different, that you can communicate with. And her name is Lisa, and he calls her Anomalisa because she's the anomaly. And it's basically about finding that and holding on to that. But then he kind of takes advantage of her, kind of emotionally and sexually, and then also just kind of leads her on and starts acting like a dick to her and says that he will leave his wife and then doesn't. And he's just a very narcissistic, very selfish, very kind of slimy character. And I didn't root for him at all. I didn't want him to be happy. I didn't like following this film through his eyes. I just kind of felt uncomfortable the whole way through, and there's a really yeah, I just didn't really like it. It didn't click well with me. So yeah, that was a shame because I was looking forward to it, but I guess everyone sees these things differently. And let me know if you have opinions of your own. I'd love to hear them. Next, I went to see Highrise. Very good. Tom Hiddleston. Very good. Direction was amazing. There's this particular scene that's kind of shot, I don't know if it's not shot through a kaleidoscope, but it's made to look that way, and it has all the kind of segments on the screen. New dance move, but and it was just really, really, really good, and it made me really want to read the book because I felt like it was such a stressful experience because I was watching it and it was amazing and beautiful, but I was like, I feel like each shot means something, and I wanted to just pause it and try and work out what it meant, but then it had gone and I had to try and keep up. So I feel like it's one of those films where you have to see it multiple times to really get the full effect of it. So I'm looking forward to that coming out on DVD so that I can, you know, fully get to grips with it. Then I saw Didnt. I don't know what has happened to these films. I love obviously they've changed the director, which has a huge impact on a movie, but they've just kind of forgotten the books exist, haven't they? Yeah, I mean, I thought it was very light entertainment. I really thought it was funny. I love Miles Teller. He was just my comedy relief and everything. And I love Jeff Daniels. He's in Newsroom, who plays David. And it was nice seeing all these actors that I love and respect on screen, but just the plot is kind of going a bit downhill. They're not really focusing on the books that much. And I don't understand where they're going to go with the next part. And that also irritates me that they're explicit, but, you know. I just don't know where they're going to go, because the end of the film is like the end of the book, except for one thing. So I don't know if they're going to spend the whole of the next movie on that one thing, because there's not enough of that one thing to spend a whole movie on. If you've seen it, you'll probably know what I mean. If you haven't, then good luck working it out.